taken advantage of today, but this wall is about celebrating the fans that watch my show, and you can get on the wall by tipping me a minimum of $30. It's no longer $25. I had to up the price. $30. And if you want the designation of the prettiest girl in the chat tonight, you have to tip a minimum of $5. So where I'm going with this prettiest girls being taken advantage of is, I don't know whether or not you guys have heard about a new subreddit called Deepfakes, but it is a subreddit wherein people are swapping ideas and exchanging software that basically enables you to take any person's face that you have a higher resolution photo of, and then take that face and then superimpose it on any kind of footage, but mainly the footage that they're superimposing the faces on is unfortunately porn. And so a lot of actresses like Daisy Ridley, Emma Watson, Justine are having their faces put onto porn stars' bodies, and basically this is just providing masturbatory material for men who wish they could see porn and nudes of their favorite actresses and social media stars. And yeah, that's the point that a lot of people are bringing up. Danny just said ew in the chat. It's taking advantage of women in a way without their consent that's objectifying, it's exploitation, and it's non-consensual. How is it any different to have your face mapped onto someone else's body, or rather somebody goes into your iCloud and steals nude photographs of you and leaks them onto the internet? Both are practically equivalent because they're basically depicting you in an intimate situation that you probably only consented to, in the case of your own photos, that your intimate partner would see, not that the entire internet would bear witness to. And I feel like it's a form of sexual harassment and abuse to take someone's face and put it onto a body that's acting out in a sexual way that isn't theirs. It even creates further complications as to whether or not, if anything can be faked in terms of footage, and anyone can be put in any scenario that they may not have been a part of. How do we distinguish between reality and fiction, and what is this going to do in the eyes of the law with regarding the admissibility of video footage or the veracity of video footage? There's somebody who said a quote, and I read this on Philip DeFranco's video: if anything can be faked, nothing is real, because it basically removes from the equation the fact that video is always taken of something that actually occurred. And instead it just introduces this new, basically fictitious element that is very accessible to anybody who decides that they want to change the narrative of any video footage that they have. So hi guys, hi Charlie. So guys, I was starting this out pretty serious. I don't know if I'm going to, whether or not I'm going to put this one live afterwards. I don't feel like I so far that I've said anything helpful about deepfakes that isn't revelatory to, you know, anybody who's already researched it. Have you guys heard of deepfakes before? I'm going to the audience. So hi to Danny, hi to Charlie, and hi to Sean. So there's only 4 of you here. Huh. See, I'm still trying to figure out how best to publicize Davison After Dark if my notifications don't always go out on this channel, and it really, my video showing up in search as something live that people would be interested in, it's dependent upon like the demand for something hot that's happening. Like when I'm talking about Logan Paul and something just happened with him, of course people are searching for it, and then my live pops up at the top. But I think for deepfakes, Philip DeFranco just came out with his news report about the deepfake subreddit, but it doesn't appear as if people are doing any searching beyond probably just going to Reddit itself. Use multiple social media. Yeah, I mean, I know that I should tweet it out more when I do decide to go live if I want my Twitter audience to show up. I guess I feel like my Twitter audience is sometimes a little different than my YouTube audience. So, and I'm still myself struggling with the format that I want this show to take. Like it works super well. Like I said, there's a hot topic and I jump on it, you know, and it's time sensitive, but I feel like if I'm talking about a topic after the fact, it's less effective. And then it's not the show that I originally started with, which was just hanging out with you guys. Yeah, putting into question the authenticity of video really ruins video as evidence that anybody can use. That's what the whole deepfake thing is. That's what the whole deepfake thing proves. Guys, I've also had a very long day. I put out a video on my main channel. I don't know if you saw it, where I became a Kim Kardashian clone because Kanye West launched a social media marketing promotion today on Instagram and on Twitter, wherein he got a bunch of social media stars to dress up like Kim Kardashian with her long platinum blonde wig and put on Yeezy Season 6. So they called the campaign Kim Clone, and most notably Paris Hilton became one of Kim's clones. So I decided to copy Paris Hilton's photo of her becoming a Kim clone. And you can see that on my Instagram, the brunette version of it. You can see the platinum version of that on the video itself. Peter Griffin says clones are real, man. Well, they are. Sheep. Dolly the sheep was cloned. I think they can clone humans. I just think that ethics boards have prohibited it up until present. I don't know. Maybe there is a country where you legally can clone, but it certainly isn't in North America. Human beings, that is. Animals, I think there's different rules, but human beings, I don't think it's legal to clone yet. So yeah, guys, I released that video, and I also released a video for my patrons, and then now I'm going live. So it's been like a very long day, and I had said this before, and I will address deepfakes again soon, guys, because I've kind of segued. Charlie says my day was long too. Sean says I'm not sure why everyone's fascinated with Kim Kardashian. I don't know, because once somebody's recognizable by their name and the media focuses on them, you can't help but pay attention to them. And she's unusual looking. She's had one of the longest running reality shows based on a single family. She's incredibly rich. She's married to a very successful pop star, Kanye West. Her body is unusual. There's so many things about her that are unusual that you know, that's why people are fixated on her. And she does have a good sense of style. I have to give that to her. Have I agreed with all the, you know, do I agree with all the plastic surgery that she's done to herself? No. I think she looked a little better beforehand, but lately I think she got some corrective work and now she's looking more like herself. Again, it's funny how you can do that with plastic surgery, completely change yourself, make yourself look weird, but then they can correct the weirdness that they cause. I don't know. I don't get it. I still haven't gotten any plastic surgery done. Not that I don't think about it sometimes, the older that I get. Yeah, she's got an interesting sense of style. Her family's massively successful. They don't just do the reality show thing. They also come out with their own makeup lines and other products, like her app, her Kimoji app. So I don't know. I guess that's why I'm interested in her. Do I think other people could or should be just as famous as her? Probably. But part of fame is luck. And her family, through the hard work of mainly their mother, Kris Jenner, became extraordinarily successful and lucky. I mean, yeah, Kris Jenner was instrumental pretty much in the rise of the Kardashians. Most of their lines have failed. I don't think, no, not most of the Kardashians' lines have failed at all. They used to do brand partnerships with like companies like Coty that manufacture perfume and you know, nail polish, and I think the lines always sold out. And Kylie's makeup line is massively successful, and it basically paved the way for other celebrities to come out with their own makeup lines, like Rihanna. Rihanna wouldn't have come out with her makeup line were it not for Kylie Jenner. And Yeezy, I heard, had financial problems, but I think that's because Kanye overproduced certain styles in his previous seasons. And so he underestimated the demand. There was a huge demand, obviously, for his shoes, but I think he overproduced garments, and that's why he's in the hole. Um, but I think he's corrected that issue, to my understanding. I mean, we'll never know the exact figures in the bank accounts of the Kardashians, but one can presume they're pretty solid. Their stores are failing. A lot of their clotheslines have failed. Really? I don't know that again, I would have to see evidence of that. Not saying they weren't the instigator of the products and ideas, just that they overdo it and bad publicity loses customers. Again, I don't know. From my understanding, no, their lines aren't failing. I mean, no one person can put out, 100%, 100% successful products in a line. There's going to be winners and there's going to be losers. So they've always been rich because of the lawyer and Jenner money. That's right. But it was through the whole sex tape getting released, and then Jenner, who was always in PR, leaping on the opportunity to start a reality show, that they got the fame ball rolling. And it took her decades to figure out exactly the right recipe for Hollywood success, which was through television. And also through basically at first paying off all these Hollywood magazines and the Hollywood reporting magazines to constantly churn out stories based on her family. And now one can argue that Kim Kardashian is more famous, or at least more relevant, than Paris Hilton, who then copied her today. But to circle back to deepfakes, deepfakes basically is a subreddit that teaches you how to use software to take any person's face and put it on anybody else's body. And for the most part, men are using it to make fake porn. And it's of course unethical. One wonders whether or not Reddit will shut down that subreddit entirely. But I was thinking about it. That said, on Snapchat, you can already do face swapping. And if, say, I were to take, I don't know, an actress that has sort of similar facial dimensions as I do, I don't know, like Brooke Shields or something, and stick Brooke Shields' face on my face with, if I got a closed mouth photo of her and then filmed myself with Snapchat having sex, I could probably make a pretty realistic fake without, going through all the software that's promoted on deepfakes. A pretty convincing fake of Brooke Shields having sex on video. It would be the length that Snapchat provides. The maximum length, I think, is, I don't know, it's about a minute, and then they cut up the clips. But it can already be done to a certain degree, putting anyone's face on anyone's body. So I guess it's sort of, in a way, unsurprising that the technology, has arrived and that people are beginning to use it. It's just, I suppose, in the case of deepfakes, it's high resolution. It's not, a static image that conforms to your face. So you have to get a person, who resembles the person's face that you're taking and putting, it onto. Pretty much you can use any base, and stick the, blur out the original face and add the fake face. So Peter Griffin says, do you ever consider just not being on the internet? What do you mean by that? So Swerve says, is it for Nick Cage swaps? Or it's for Nick Cage swaps. Well, yeah, I'm sure it can be used for that as well, which is like a positive use, I suppose. A comedic use of the technology. But anything involving the exploitation of people sexually, I mean, how can you support that? It's not right. It's... it should be outlawed. If revenge porn is now illegal, it probably should be illegal to manufacture fake pornography with somebody else's face without their consent, right? The law just needs to catch up. Hi, Frame. I don't know what you mean by that, Peter Griffin. Consider not being on the internet. I don't know either. Well, why would I not? Why would I stop? I'll never stop being on the internet so long as it's my job, right? I have deleted Facebook. I've begun to migrate away from it because I think they use us. I don't think it benefits most media creators. Um, I think interpersonally it's a waste of time. I actually feel much clearer and much less burdened. I feel unburdened since I quit Facebook. And I quit because they banned me 2 times within the span of 2 weeks for uploading satire. And their reviewers got it wrong. And so I was like, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm done with this game. I mean, maybe that, one could argue, oh, if you're getting the censorship police after you, maybe you're making an impact, so you should keep going. But I feel like there's other platforms where I can publish my work. And I just feel like it's time for me to lead the charge in terms of leaving Facebook. And I hope that there will be a superior service that will eventually emerge. For now, my alternative is Twitter. I get my news on Twitter. I socialize with people I know on Twitter. And if I ever need to access my contacts on Facebook, I'll just log back in. Why is there a Reddit HG link above your name on the left? Or HQ, not HG. Because now, whenever you go live, YouTube forces you to pick a location. So because I'm talking about deepfakes on Reddit, I picked the Reddit headquarters as my location. I'm certainly not going to pick my own location as my location. And I actually got upset at YouTube briefly when they introduced the feature without telling anyone. Really? You want me to pin my home address as the location where I'm broadcasting from? I don't freaking think so. So yeah, I've had to take to assigning various locations to my broadcasts that have to do with the content, but are obviously not where I am currently situated. Peter Griffin says privacy is a luxury I don't have. Well, I think right now you're going by a pseudonym, so I think privacy is a luxury that you have. Privacy right now is a luxury that I don't have, but I've chosen to be public in this broadcast, right? So Sean says, what many do not realize their photos they put up are not safe. You can take them and they're using them in other countries to do not so nice things. Yes, I mean, already people's faces are appearing on billboards without their consent. Photoshop porn has been around for years. And now we're moving on to fake videos of people. I guess as long as you can find the source footage, or as long as there's some degree of plausible deniability, you can deny it. And once everyone knows that faking a person's presence in a video is possible and easy to do, I think the public awareness will basically serve as your ability to say that, that wasn't me, and people will take you for your word. And there are some limitations to the software. If you do have, say, a really obese woman as a porn actress, you can't put a thin woman's face on an obese woman's, body. And also the age of the body too, location. There's just so many things that you could be like, that's really, come on guys, that's not me. Yeah, I mean, there's already nude images of me on the internet that I've put on the internet. So am I worried that this technology will be used against me? Not, I mean, somewhat, because who knows what crazy things people could create. But to a certain degree, I know there's already nudity of me out there, so I don't feel like I'll have as much to apologize for in terms of like damage to my reputation, unless it's something really horrific, right? Yeah, it will cause hell for criminal litigation because it calls into question the authenticity of all video now that this is possible. Yeah, but guys, so if I'm going to segue away briefly from the deep fakes, I mean, I'm just wondering, like, I sometimes feel like I'm making too much content of too many different styles, and you guys don't mind, right? I'm sure. But what I'm worried about is like, how can I excel in one specific thing? Hi, Alden. If I'm not focusing, and I've already, depleted my energy substantially today on creating the Kim Kardashian photo and video, and then I had to upload to Patreon, even though that seems like that's instantaneous. It's not. That's labor. And then I'm going live now. I just want to, I feel like I want to be known as Davison, who does cool things on the internet, guys, overall. And I love going live, but if I'm also producing videos and going live, it's like, I wish that it wasn't so draining. I have to, I don't know. I'm still going to do the Davison, Doing Good with Davison. That's definitely going to be a regular series. I don't have any intentions on giving up Freak or Fleek, but I just have to, I don't know. I don't know why I'm babbling about this right now. It's just that I'm having like this, I'm just wondering like, how do I maximize my impact? Like, and do I need to really focus instead of dividing myself? I don't know. I don't know, guys. So Sean, Alden, Efrain, Peter, and who else is here? Swerves was here. Sean, you said no, but that didn't, you have to be more specific. Oh, Charlie. Sorry, Charlie. I'd forgotten you were here. There's now a spot next to yours on the fan wall, Charlie. It's Alfonso's spot because he tipped me, although this is not a service I offer, but I was nice. He sent me a $50 tip because he liked my work on my main channel. And so then he found out about the fan wall. He's like, oh, I sent you $50. Can I be on the fan wall? I'm like, yes, you can be on the fan wall. But it's like, I normally only offer the fan wall when I go live. It's not something you could just send me money and then you're on my fan wall. But I suppose, you know, I'll make an exception. So yeah, Charlie, now there's a spot that's being developed next to your spot for Alfonso's name. Sean said, I would say focus on a couple of areas for now. Don't overextend. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's also winter, which is making me absolutely miserable. I went outside for a walk today and basically froze my face off. I feel trapped. I'm tired of being here. I bought new lights. I actually bought a bunch of different lights. I went to IKEA last night. That's where I was. If I was, I had intended to go live last night, but I decided to go to IKEA. It's like a, look at that. Isn't that cool? So I'm gonna hang them up on my wall. And I got 2 lamps because one of my lamps broke. Hi team. But the 2 lamps, they require light bulbs. Light bulbs that aren't normal bulbs. Fucking IKEA. And I even read on the sign what kind of bulbs go with these lamps. But I didn't read the sign right because I bought wrong bulbs. But I don't like the lamps after all, so I'm going to take them back. I don't know, they're over there. But yeah, I bought lamps because it's so dark in here. And I'm just so, I don't know. Are you guys fed up of winter? Because I'm fucking fed up. Like, if my son, I love my son so much, and I'm glad he lives with me. But if he, you know, no longer lived with me and he was an independent adult, I swear to God, I would move to Florida for a month and just regain my sanity because I can't take it anymore. I can't take not being able to walk outside, get sunshine on my skin, be comfortable, you know, I feel like I'm not fatter, but I mean, I feel like it just doesn't help. Like, I can't stay as fit when I just can't run around outside. So yeah, you guys are tired of winter. Frank said yes. It's been brutal. It's been so cold, and we still have like 2 months left. It's almost my birthday too, guys. It's my birthday in a couple days. Hi team, by the way, I said hi before. I have a condo in St. Petersburg, Tampa, where you could get out. Well, yeah, but I can't leave because my son's in school, or rent out. My son's in school and I can't leave him. He's not, I mean, I could, but that would just feel so irresponsible to me. I mean, he's 17. I don't feel like I'm going to be comfortable leaving him till he's at least 18 and a bit, because the only other family member that he has in this city is his grandmother, who lives in the city next to Montreal. She doesn't live actually on island. So I I wouldn't want anything bad happening to him and I couldn't help him out. But yeah, man, if it wasn't for my kid, I'd be gone. Because I also need a change of scenery. I need to feel re-inspired. I need to feel re-energized. I mean, I guess that's just a common feeling in winter, right? Um, I lost a few of you. Maybe whenever I'm feeling kind of weak, I should just go live and do a random broadcast instead of announcing that's on a topic. It's right on the beach, Gulf of Mexico. Sounds nice. Charlie says you could come visit me. Yay! I could come visit everyone. Thank you for all your invitations. So yeah, it's my birthday in a couple days, but I just am not looking forward to it because I hate the fact that I was born in the middle of winter. I mean, it's good to be born, right? Thank God I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm still healthy. I'm still here. We're still here. We're having fun. Gotta be, I gotta express gratitude. Have an attitude of gratitude instead of frowning. Turn that frown upside down, Davison. Even though you want to scream from cabin fever. But yeah, being born in the middle of winter is sad because it's like whenever you have your birthday, people always have to, go out in the cold to come to it. Or if you want to go have your birthday at a restaurant, you have to leave your house and battle the snow and ice. And so Charlie says I was born in November during a blizzard. Frank says I know the feeling. My birthday is next month. Danny says I was born January 8th. So you guys are all winter babies, just like me. They did studies on babies based on like the months that they're born in, and apparently the babies born in like deep winter months are more prone to depression, which is sad. Because they come out and it's cold and miserable and they don't get enough sun in the early stages of their lives. I don't want to be a sad baby. I want to be a happy baby. Team says my birthday's in a couple weeks too. Well, happy birthday. I'm the big 4-0. I can't. Hi, Jad. Hey, Jad. I haven't painted your Tide Pod yet. You don't have a... Look, Jad. You now have a neighbor above you that says a prettiest girl. And you're going to have a Tide Pod on your spot soon, Jad, because of your generous donation after I got a fucking strike. Actually, I got 2 strikes, remember, within the span of 2 weeks that both got lifted, thank God. Actually, it's scary the way it's going on YouTube. Apparently, LA Beast got another strike and so did Reckless Eating. Well, thank you for the donation, Dad. Did you see I have a new video on my main channel? Another creative video. And I have an idea for a viral video, but I don't know if it's going to go viral, that I'm shooting tomorrow and Friday. I can't believe it's Wednesday. Is it Wednesday, guys? Yeah, it's Wednesday. Jesus. Thought it was Tuesday. No, it's Wednesday. But yeah, I want to do some epic shit soon. Like, there's so many things I want to do. That's my problem. I don't want to just do one thing. Do I like reading books? I used to until I did an English degree, and then that kind of ruined reading books for me because I overanalyze them and I associate them with work. I mainly watch videos now. Like I've been watching a lot of videos on brain tumors lately, believe it or not. I'm like, why am I interested in neurology? Oncology and neurology. Have I read Ready Player One? I have not. I'm learning about glioblastomas and oligodendrogliomas and meningiomas. Because you have a tumor. I don't think I have a tumor. I'm definitely grumpy lately, but I don't have a tumor. No. I'm pretty healthy. Even if I feel like you guys, when you guys get cabin fever, do you feel like tense? I feel like tense all over. I feel this, constant subclinical kind of frustration and angst and rage. Yeah, it's not cool. No bueno. Oh, yeah, I know that's a Kindergarten Cop reference. I have to be outside for work so I don't get cabin fever. Yeah, I imagine. That's a problem. I have to strike a balance. It's Ready Player One is a really interesting book. You should at least read this description. Wasn't it just turned into a movie? That's what I heard. What's it about? It kind of reminds me of you, kind of. What? What is it about? It's becoming a movie. It's about video games, but how does that remind you of me? Hi, Justin. Isn't that the VR movie? So it's a kid that does mostly things online in a virtual world. Yeah, well, that pretty much summarizes my life. Although I was at IKEA, though IKEA doesn't really feel like reality, does it? I feel like you're trapped whenever you're there. It's always such a relief to leave the store. School, work, everything is online. Huh. Yeah, the Matrix. Yeah, IKEA is a maze and a workout. And they make it that way intentionally so you're forced to see all parts of the store, which then encourages you to buy things you didn't originally plan to buy, right? I guess I didn't originally plan to buy those light bulbs, but I was in the market for lights. We're approaching science fiction more and more, the more the technology advances, right, guys? And usually there's not a happy ending to these science fiction stories. I like the IKEA cafeteria. I like having my meatballs, and I like the fries, but I didn't have fries last night. I had salmon and veggies and a little lingonberry mousse. It's like a little dessert. It's quite delicious. And a pear cider. My friends, speaking of pear cider, I think I am low energy and I'm going to try to like eat something and revive myself. And I may or may not come back later. Thank you for hanging out with me briefly. I'm going to have to decide, like when I go live, I'm either talking about something topical and then I end the broadcast at the end of the topic, or we have fun. I think I was more in the mood to have fun than to talk about deepfakes. So guys, have a good evening. I'm gonna go eat. Thank you for showing up, and I will talk to you later. Sorry if I'm quiet. I have cabin fever and I'm tired and I'm hungry and I'm grumpy. You like the random chat? Yeah, well, the random chat I think works better if I'm just being real, because there's two different modes one can get in, right? When I'm talking about my opinions about a topic, I basically have to go through the process of first describing what the topic is, then I have to go into my opinion about the topic, right? So that's definitely different than when I just chat with you guys, because then it's just me reacting to whatever you're saying, taking questions, and I'm not as concerned with being as articulate, I think, when I'm just hanging out with you guys. So I feel like, yeah, mixing up the two doesn't make sense. Now I learned something, guys. You fail, you learn. The problem is that you have to repeat it when new people come in. Yeah, and I guess that's when it's a super viral thing that people are looking for, you don't really have to repeat yourself quite as often. But yeah, for if it's just the regular, because it's just my regular audience who showed up tonight. It's not new people. Like YouTube didn't send this to like anyone other than you guys, like my regulars, fine. But they didn't send it broad. I can tell by the number of people that are here. It's like prime time right now. And there's like maximum, there was like 14 people here really, really briefly. So it's not being disseminated into suggested. We're at the whims of computers, guys. Anyhow, I learned something new tonight. So thank you for being with me. Sorry I wasn't cheery. We're going to have fun next time. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.